I'm audible. Sanket, I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're waiting for 2 minutes for the participants. The screen is PPTs are visible of applied
Yes,
thermodynamics.
yes, sir.
Okay, just we are taking the brief introduction. What we are going to learn in this semester. Okay, I'm Professor Mahesh Jagdale, PhD pursuing, and I'm going to teach you the applied thermodynamics subject, which you have studied in the diploma as a IC engine or some other name. Okay, so this is the applied thermodynamics, which includes the working, actual engine working, and some part of the compressor is also introduced in this syllabus. Okay, so in this applied thermodynamics, there is a 50 marks theory examination, 50 marks online examination, and 50 marks oral is there for the applied thermodynamics previously. But from now on, there is a 70 marks end sem exam, 30 marks in sem exam, and the 50 marks is the oral or practical performance. Now there is a lockdown, so we are taking the oral for these subjects. Okay, so this is a overall structure of the applied thermodynamics. So we are going to start our lecture. First of all, we are going to see the two-stroke engine. What is meant by two-stroke engine? We are going to see two-stroke engine completes one cycle of two-stroke engine in one complete cycle. If you see here of the rotation, you are getting, and you can see this engine spark is provided at the overhead. Fuel mixture is drawn in the crankcase, and due to this, here you can see as the piston closes over here, pressure rises, and the fuel mixture is introduced in the upper portion, and as here there is a heated space, so the combustion takes place, and which will be released, gives the power to the piston cylinder arrangement. And here upstroke and downstroke, which is you have shown. We are going to discuss this in detail in later also. Okay, just we are going to see the constructional features. If you see, you are saying this is the transport port. Okay, from where the charge is introduced inside the combustion chamber, and spark is provided, which ignites the fuel mixture. And here you are finding the rotation will be takes place. So just a brief introduction of the two-stroke engine. So first we are going to see what is by heat engine. Okay, now a heat engine, we have seen that it is a device which transforms the chemical energy of the fuel into the thermal energy and uses this energy to produce the mechanical work. As you have seen here, in this we have discussed the fuel is containing the chemical energy. Okay, and we are providing the spark to this fuel mixture, as we are providing the spark, it will be converted into the combustible gases, or it will be forces down this piston cylinder arrangement. So the thermal energy from here is used to convert it into the mechanical energy. And as you can see here, as the rotation takes place, you are finding that our vehicle is running on the road. So we are saying that, as we are seeing the heat engine definition, in the heat engine, a heat engine is a device which transforms the chemical energy of fuel into the thermal energy and uses this energy to produce the mechanical work. So here there are two types of the heat engines we are classifying. First one is the external combustion engine, and second one is the internal combustion engine. Now, as you can see in this figure, the heat engine is supplied, this is the heat source, and from the heat source, as you are seeing that Q in is introduced in the heat engine, and some part of the heat introduced to the heat engine is converted into the work, and remaining will be released into the atmosphere. If you see that, as this is the engine, you can see the combustible the charge which is introduced inside the combustion chamber, that gives the Q in to the heat engine, and out of that Q in, some part of the heat is utilized to drive the vehicle. So this is work done we are getting, and remaining will be released into the atmosphere. So this is the unburnt gases, or you are saying that the flue gases released into the atmosphere. So this is the heat engine working principle. As we are saying that it is a device which transforms the chemical energy of fuel into the thermal energy and uses this energy to produce the mechanical work. And next part we are seeing that, as we are classifying this heat engine as an internal combustion engine and external combustion engine. First, we are going to see that external combustion engine. What is by external combustion engine? In this engine, the products of combustion of air and fuel transfer heat to the second fluid, which is the working fluid of the cycle. Or we are saying that if we see these external combustion engines are used in the marine applications. Okay, as we have seen, suppose we are taking the example of the steam engine. What happened in this steam engine? Steam will be generated at the outside. Okay, and from that steam, the engine will be run. So see, steam is introduced inside the combustion chamber, and due to the steam forces, the to and fro motion of piston cylinders occur, and which is converted into the rotary motion. So we are supplying the steam to the engine, and it will be driven. Okay. Now in external combustion engines, we are saying that in this steam engine or steam power turbine power plant, the heat of the combustion is employed to generate the steam, which is uses in the piston engine, where we are seeing that the reciprocating type of engine. Or suppose we are taking the example of the turbine, then it is the rotary engine for the useful work. So in a closed cycle gas turbine, the heat of the combustion in an external furnace is transferred to the gas, and usually air, which is working fluid of the cycle. So as we are seeing that the external combustion engine is also classified into the rotary and reciprocating, and in the rotary there is a steam turbine or gas turbine. In steam turbine, steam we are using as a working fluid. In the gas turbine, we are using the gas as a working fluid. So that's why we are classified it as per the working fluid. Next part is the reciprocating external combustion engine. So in this steam engine and Stirling engine we are classifying. So this is the external combustion engine. So next, in next part, we are going to see the internal combustion engine. What is by internal combustion engine? So if we see that in this type of the engine, the combustion on the air and the fuel, which is takes place inside the cylinder and are used directly motive force to drive the vehicles. So we are going to classify this as a rotary internal combustion engine and the reciprocating internal combustion engine. So in this rotary open cycle gas turbine and Wankel engine, and in reciprocating there is a gasoline engine and diesel engine. So this is the classification of internal combustion engine, and the we have seen that heat engine is basically classified into internal combustion engine, external combustion engine. In internal combustion engine there is a rotary and reciprocating type. In rotary there is open cycle gas turbine and Wankel engine. In reciprocating there is a gasoline and diesel engine. Next, in external combustion engine, there is a rotary and reciprocating. Where we are in rotary, there is a steam turbine and gas turbine. While seeing that in reciprocating, there is a steam engine and we are saying Stirling engine. Now, in internal combustion engine, according to the basic engine design, we are saying it as a reciprocating and rotary. And if we are classifying this according to the suppose we are considering the fuel which is used, so in on basis of that fuel which is used, we are classifying it as a petrol engine, diesel engine, gas engine, or alcohol engine. So alcohol engine means ethanol, methanol. Gas engine means what? We are using this CNG and LPG. So as per the fuel we are using, we are classifying the engines according to the stroke. So here we can see according to the stroke per cycle, we are classified it as a 2-stroke and 4-stroke. Next is the according to the method of ignition. So in the ignition, suppose we are using the spark ignition, then there is a spark ignition engine which works on the Otto cycle. Suppose there is a compression ignition engine, then we are using the diesel cycle, or which works on the which using the diesel fuel, which we are discussing later, but this is just a brief classification we are going to see. And third one is also which is not included in your syllabus, hotspot ignition engine also. Okay. Next is the according to the working of cycle, as we have discussed, or as per the working of cycle, there is a Otto cycle and the diesel cycle, and sometimes the combination of the Otto cycle and diesel cycle, we are saying it as a dual cycle also. Okay. So next, how we are going to supply the fuel, and the we are going to supply the mixture. So according to that, the carbureted type, in carbureted type, fuel supplied to the carburetor, and in injection type, the fuel is injected into the ports or the inlet manifold. So this is the classification according to the fuel supply and the mixture preparation. So in the compression ignition, there is indirect and direct injection also. And in spark ignition, there is a carburetor, port injection, and direct injection also. So we are discussing this whenever we are going to see the spark ignition and compression ignition in details. Okay. So according to number of the cycle, we are saying that the single cylinder and multi-cylinder. Whenever we are using the cooling methods, which is the, or sometimes we are using the radiators, there is a water-cooled engine, and sometimes we are using the fins over the engines. So that is called as the air-cooled engines. So water-cooled and air-cooled engines also we have seen. Next, suppose we are going to see the speed of the engine. So in case of the speed of the engines, there is a slow speed engine and the high speed engine and medium speed engine. So we are classifying this as per the speed of the engine. And suppose we are classifying according to the uh, that according, suppose we are considering the according to the arrangement of the cylinders. So in this arrangement of the cylinder, horizontal engine, vertical engine, V-type engine, radial engine, inline engine, opposed cylinder engine, and opposed piston engine. So according to the arrangement we are classifying. So just brief, you can see once again I am repeating: number of stroke, 4-stroke, 2-stroke, type of the fuel used, petrol, diesel, gas, or nowadays we are using the biofuel. Next, nature of the thermodynamic cycle: Otto cycle, diesel cycle, and dual cycle. Method of the ignition, that is spark ignition, we are calling it as a SI engine. Whenever we are using compression ignition, we are calling it as a CI engine. And number of cylinder: single cylinder engine, multi-cylinder engine. And according to the arrangement: horizontal, vertical, V-type, radial, inline, opposed cylinder, and opposed piston engine. So these are the classified according to the some major points. Okay, so as per the application also we are going to classify the engines, means land transport, marine engines. Okay, in aircraft engines, engines for the propulsion of the ships, then industrial engines, prime movers for the electrical generators also we are seeing. So this is the classification of the internal combustion engine. So have you any difficulty regarding this? कहीं शंका है का?
No, sir.
Okay. So just we are going to revise these points at the end of the lectures also. So first we are going to see the classifications. Okay, so this point is also important for you, because as per the theory point of view, 2-stroke, 4-stroke engine, SI, CI engines. So you have out of these two, one classification definitely asked in the examination. So first we are going to see the 2-stroke and 4-stroke. So first point, complete cycle in one crank revolution. We have seen in just in brief, that is the 2-stroke cycle. So one complete revolution. So here one complete revolutions of the you can see the one crank rotation gives you the complete cycle in case of the 2-stroke. And suppose we are going to consider in case of the 4-stroke, complete cycles occur in 2 crank revolutions. So 2 revolutions of the crank in case of the 4-stroke. Keep in the mind, 1 revolution of the crank rotation in 2-stroke and 2 revolution of the crank rotation in 4-stroke. This is first point. Second point is the suction and discharge valve absent instead of the inlet, transfer, or outlet port. So here you can see, and in case of the 4-stroke, suction and discharge valve present, and for the admitting the fresh charge, for the and also for discharging the burnt gases. So here we have seen that the suction and discharge valves are absent. In case of the two stroke, there are ports are present. In case of the ports, in the case of the four stroke, there is valve presence, and you can see the suction and discharge valve, which is used for the admitting the fresh charge and discharging the burned gases. Next, third point is the produces more power as one power stroke per crank rotation. So it has the better pickup due to such reason. In case of the four stroke, you can see the produces less power as compared to one power stroke per two crank rotations. So you can see two stroke has the better pickup instead of the four stroke over there. But while discussing the thermal efficiency, in case of the two stroke, there is a poor thermal efficiency because of the loss of the charge through the ports. But in case of the four stroke, there is a high thermal efficiency as walls do not allow loss of the charges. Okay. Next point, more polluting as lubricating oil mixed with the fuel for lubricating, and it burns with the fuel. But in case of the four stroke oil filled sump we are using, which does not mix the fuel, because in case of the four stroke, there is a sump used and the splashing system, or we have splashed the that oil on the engine, and that piston and the cylinder arrangement, so it will taken out the heat, so it is not mixing the oil with the charge introduced inside the combustion chamber. Next, wall timing, push rod, cam follower mechanism not required as walls are absent. But in case of the four stroke, the wall timing, push rod, cam follower, this mechanism is required because here we have to operate this four stroke on the wall mechanism. Next, presently banned two stroke engines because these are the highly pollutant and this has the poor fuel economy. But in case of the four stroke, these are the four stroke widely we are using because these are the engines which are more efficient and less pollutant. Next, we are seeing that the application of this two stroke, now still these are used in the ships due to the high power producing ability. But as we are seeing that the four stroke we are using nowadays everywhere to transport in the automobile and the power generation. So this is a classification of the two stroke and the four stroke. We have covered the crank rotation in two stroke. There is a one crank rotation. In case of the four stroke, there is a two crank rotation. Next, here in two stroke, walls are absent, ports are present. In case of the four stroke, wall is present for admitting the charge and discharging the burned gases. Like in case of this two stroke, produces more power as single power stroke crank per rotation we are finding. So this engine has the better pickup. In case of the four stroke, produces less power as one power stroke after two revolution of the crankshaft. In case of the two stroke, poor thermal efficiency as there is losses of the charge through the ports. But in case of the four stroke, there is a high thermal efficiency we are finding because these walls are not allowing the loss of the charge. Next, in case of the two stroke, more polluting as lubricating oil mixed with the fuel, okay, for lubrication, and as we are finding it burns. But in case of the oil filled, in case of the four stroke, we are finding that some we are producing which for the cooling purposes, which is not mixed in the fuel, hence this is the less polluting. Next, in case of the two stroke, wall mechanism push rod, cam follower, these mechanisms are absent because we are not using the valve mechanism, we are using the port mechanism. In case of the four-stroke, there is a valve timing, push rod, cam follower mechanism is required to operate the valves. Now, two-stroke are presently banned as this has the high polluting and poor economy. And the four-stroke we are using widely because these are more efficient and less polluting. And still the two-stroke engines we are using in the ships, okay, which producing the high power ability, but four-stroke we are using nowadays everywhere in case of the transport, in the automobiles and in the power generation. So road transports in the automobile and the power generation, these are the best examples of the four-stroke engine. So this is the classification of two-stroke and four-stroke. So have you any difficulty regarding this classification? Because out of two-stroke and four-stroke classification and SI and CI engine, one classification is definitely asked in the theory examination. So have you any difficulty regarding this?
No, sir.
Okay. So we are going to conclude our today's lecture. Today we have seen, first we have seen just a brief introduction of the two-stroke engine. Okay, in two-stroke engine, two-stroke complete in one revolution, fuel is compressed and ignited, three ports, inlet, exit and transport port. As we have seen, spark plug burns the fuel. We have seen these all in this diagram. Okay, so we have seen the just brief introduction of the two-stroke engine. Next we have seen the heat engine. What is the heat engine? Heat engine, suppose we are considering as this as IC engine, the source is the air fuel mixtures burns and it will provide the Q in, and some part of the heat is converted into the work, some and remaining will be released into the atmosphere. So this is the heat engine. So as we are going to defining the heat engine, heat engine is a device which transform the chemical energy of the fuel into the thermal energy and uses this energy to produce the mechanical work. So this heat engine is also we are going to classify internal combustion engine, external combustion engine. And internal combustion engine, rotary reciprocating, and this rotary internal combustion engine, open cycle and Wankel engine. Next, reciprocating IC engine, gasoline engine and diesel engine. Next, external combustion engine, rotary reciprocating. In rotary there is a steam turbine and gas turbine. In reciprocating, steam engine and Stirling engine. Next we have seen the classification of internal combustion engine according to the ignition: spark ignition, compression ignition, air intake, naturally we are saying that the supercharged. Next, fueling, compression ignition and spark ignition. This further classified as indirect, direct, and spark ignition, carburetor, port injection, and direct injection. According to the cooling, air cooling and liquid cooling. Air cooling fins we are going to provide to increase the contact area. In case of the liquid cooling, we are saying it as a water cooling. Suppose we are taking the example, we are using the radiator. In case of the working cycle, two-stroke and four-stroke. Next, we have seen the fuel used, petrol, diesel, gas, biofuels we are saying. Next, thermodynamic cycle, Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle. Dual cycle is the combination of the Otto cycle and diesel cycle. Then methods of ignition: spark ignition, compression ignition. Number of the cycle, number of the cylinders, the single cylinder engine and multi-cylinder engine. And according to the arrangement of the cylinder: horizontal, vertical, V-type, radial, inline, opposed cylinder and opposed piston. And we have seen the classification of two-stroke and four-stroke. So this is our today's lecture. We have completed the heat engine, then classification of the heat engine and two-stroke and four-stroke engine. So have you any difficulty regarding this?
No,
काही
sir.
शंका आहे का?
सर ते ड्युअल सायकल जे होतं ऑटो आणि डिझेल सायकल कंबाईन त्याचं एखादं एक्झाम्पल देऊ शकता का?
कुठले ड्युएल सायकल जे आहे ते डिटेल आपण नंतर डिस्कस करणार आहे. ओके.
ओके. आणि अजून एक तुम्ही म्हणाला की ऍप्लिकेशन मध्ये स्पीड ऑफ इंजिनचं पण येतं. सो ते कसं काय पॉसिबल आहे? आय मीन आपण
कुठल्या
इंजिन गिअर क्लासिफिकेशन मध्ये तुम्ही मगाशी म्हणाला की
हा.
स्पीड ऑफ इंजिनचा पण एक पॉइंट येतो म्हणून की लो स्पीड इंजिन हाय स्पीड इंजिन नुसार
स्पीड ऑफ ती इंजिन्स म्हणजे लो स्पीड इंजिन असतील, हाय स्पीड इंजिन असतील, मीडियम स्पीड इंजिन असतील. अकॉर्डिंग टू दॅट वी आर गोइंग टू क्लासिफाय.
येस सर, पण आपण जो गिअर बॉक्स वगैरे जो ट्रान्समिशन लावू त्याच्यावरती पण ते डिपेंडंट नसतं का? लो
त्याच्यावरती
स्पीड
पण
किंवा हाय
डिपेंडंट
स्पीड?
असणार ना. तुम्ही गिअर ट्रान्समिशन जे तुम्ही हे करता, आता सपोज तुम्ही ट्रान्समिशन पॉवर तुम्हाला रिक्वायर्ड किती आहे, किती आरपीएमचं इंजिन आहे. आता आरपीएम हा जो फॅक्टर आहे त्याच्यानुसार
हा.
आपण गिअर बॉक्स डिझाईन करतो. ओके. तर
राईट सर.
त्या ह्याच्यानुसार किती आपल्याला, आता आपलं इंजिन जर बघितलं तर तुम्ही 1500 आरपीएम वगैरे डिझेल इंजिन वगैरे असतं. ओके. तर काही जे असतात ते जास्त आरपीएमचे इंजिन आणि काही जे असतात ते लोचे ह्याचे असतात. म्हणजे अकॉर्डिंग टू दॅट स्पीड वी आर गोइंग टू क्लासिफाय. 1500 आरपीएमचं असेल वापरलं किंवा 200 आरपीएमचा असेल किंवा 4000 5000चा असेल, याच्यानुसार आपण क्लासिफाय करणार. ओके. सो
ओके,
अकॉर्डिंग
ओके
टू
सर.
वी आर गोइंग टू क्लासिफाय दी engines.
ओके, ओके.
Okay. So this is all about the today's lecture. So I'm going to share the attendance links to you
Sir.
on this WhatsApp group. Okay.
Sir,
हा.
ते गुगल क्लासरूमचे कोड देणार आहेत का या सेमिस्टर?
या सेमिस्टरचे गुगल क्लासरूम तुमचे एक्झाम आहेत ना आता? एक्झाम कधीपासून आहेत? ते
4
एक्झाम
ते 8.
झाल्यावरती या 4 ते 8 तारखेनंतर तुम्हाला शेअर करण्यात येतील गुगल क्लासरूमचे. ओके. आणि हे व्हिडिओ लेक्चर
Okay,
जे आहेत ते युट्यूबला टाकून त्याच्या लिंक्स तुम्हाला शेअर केल्या जातील. म्हणजे जे तुमचे मित्र वगैरे जे असतील ते पण बघू शकतील. ओके.
ओके सर, थँक्यू.
आणि सगळ्या स्टुडंटला सांगा की अटेंडन्स लिंक टाकल्यावर अटेंडन्स लावा. ओके.
ओके.
ओके.